I remember when I was looking for admission after secondary school, the mindset most of us had, God, anyone, whether it's poly, whether it's university, whether it's college of education, anyone, because we don't know the differences, we don't know the effect our choice is going to have on our career path or future in regard the choices of institution we go. We are always very desperate, and most times some of our parents might not be that educated to educate us in that regard. So when I started polytechnic, then it was then I realized the social class and placement polytechnics have with respect to college of education and universities. Then some people, not me particularly, start disregarding their or disrespecting their ND and HND certificates, feeling like the PSC would have given them more opportunity in the labor market, which of course is something that a lot of people face in this country, in Nigeria in particular. So I'm bringing this thing up because it still boils down to knowledge. A lot of people don't know. And the funny part is that when you now maybe switch to university, you now realize that the system is corrupt. You now realize that a lot of things are not just like that. You see some people start looking for how to go abroad to continue their studies or to even go and start all over again. So just imagine that if, for example, if maybe my parents now, using my parents as an example, if they are not that educated, maybe they stop at secondary school, they will not know the choices to make for me in this regard, whether I should go for poly, university, or college of education. So just maybe you say, rather than staying at home doing nothing, just go and start one part time or go and start one college of education or go and start one somewhere, which might not even be what I want for myself. But for the fact that I don't know, you also don't know. None of us, our knowledge in this regard are not enough to help us make the best decisions in this regard. So I think we might end up not making the right decision for ourselves because we don't know. A lot of people, rather than seeking to know, they'll focus on the financial aspects. You want to get money, you want to go and pay one lecturer, you want to go and buy one lecturer. A lot of people mistakes lecturers as I understand lecturers have slots in universities in bringing students in, but they are not the admin. They are not in charge of admission most times. Their work is basically maybe to teach, to lecture and go. I said they give them some few privileges, but the position of people as well, lecturer is everything because they don't really know. But when you see an educated man training his or her child, children, you now understand the difference between knowledge and illiterate. You don't need to possess an educational qualification to be literate in a particular thing. If you are well skilled and knowledge in a particular thing, you are educated in that regard. It doesn't have to be a formal form of education. From my own observation, and I see that a lot of people make that same mistake. They focus on financial aspect. You see, this is why a lot of people are being scammed daily. It's because they lack the required education. Some people believe everything is money. Money is a tool to finance knowledge. When the knowledge is not there, the money is useless because the money will end up becoming a waste and maybe a regret, which the person will learn from experience, if not a bad experience. So this thing boils out to not just us in person, but even our parents. You see some people say, so person is my classmate, that person is in US, so person is my classmate, that person is. It all boils down to what you know. If you know what that person knows, you will also be in that same position. So I think a lot of us we undervalue this thing, which I think is something that we should put into consideration. I'm not saying your parents must know everything, but you should be able to know something. For example, now maybe I'll not travel abroad. Maybe I want to send my child to a particular country to go and study. I should be able to make findings about that place, the way of life, their social well-being, the way they do their things, the culture, the religion aspect, the way they treat foreigners, the way they treat blacks, the opportunities. What are possibilities that maybe my child will become something meaningful in that country? It's not just say, my child is going abroad, my child is just saying. A lot of parents don't do research. They just assume that don't worry. As long as it's not Nigeria, as long as it's not my country, it will be good. They assume that all abroad are paradise. They don't know the reality because they refuse to gain societal knowledge with respect to life over those places. They just assume that don't worry, since it's not Nigeria, the moment you undervalue what you have with the expectation that what is outside will be better for you, you have already lost it because you are supposed to compare both in everything, then sit down strategize before you make your choice. Not that you be assuming that what you have is rubbish. That's a mistake that a lot of people make that mistake, including myself. I made that such mistake. Don't assume what you have is rubbish. Don't assume that maybe you are because you are black. Black is inferior to white. I'm driving Corolla. Corolla is not when my mate are driving rich. No, 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 no. You need to first of all understand what you have. Weigh it before you make any choice in life. Else, you might end up learning the hard way. Peace and love.